this is inspired by Paula Jean, because Paula Jean, PJ, girl. Paula Jean and I don't totally agree on politics anymore because she joined the movement for the People's Party, and I'm Dem Enter, and now she's Dem Exit. But Paula Jean might actually be my only MPP buddy at this point. You might actually be my only MPP buddy at this point. Okay, so Paula Jean's going through some stuff right now. She's got some, it's not COVID, thankfully it's not COVID. But she's, dealing with some stuff. And so we're talking about, like, medications that you have to take for, like, your nose, throat shit that you have to do. When I lived in Richmond, Virginia, I had severe allergies. Because I've grown up in the desert, right? Like, I live in California. And it's so much more lush once you get to that side of the Mississippi River. And there's a lot of pollen in the crop. So I had some severe ear allergies going on, and it was either year 2 or 3 that I was out there. And my doctor put me on like a nasal spray with steroids in it. It helped, but I also had to get a doctor's note to turn into my boss. I'm not going to say who I worked for. I'm not going to say any names in this one because of where we're going with it. So I had to get a doctor's note to turn into my boss to explain that I might be going through roid rage. Like, actually be going through roid rage because my boss was such an asshole to me. Such an asshole to me all the time. He basically inherited me from the previous person that I reported to, because he was a new hire, right? He was a new hire. And I had this terrible job where, like, my job was like bearer of bad news, right? I was the bearer of bad news. So lots of people hated me. Lots of people hated me. Because I'm the one who had to call them up and tell them that I was, like, going to hit their paychecks. I was going to be like, I found some accounting errors. We're going to have to take some money out of your paycheck because... So I had to do this shit for a couple of years. And, just reflecting back on this and this experience of having to, like, get the doctor's note and stuff, it just really... I remember one of the people I reported to before I got promoted into that role, she may still check out my social media because we still have a lot of mutuals. She's I don't know if she's the first person who told me this. I think she's the one who emphasized it the most, though, is that perception is everything. Perception is everything, right? Perception is everything. I am live streaming. Perception is not everything. Truth is everything. And, it's become even more prevalent the further along I go in life, and now that I'm in politics and stuff, that there's so many people out there that are like, perception is everything. No, truth is everything. Truth is everything. So if people are defaming you and saying things about you, spinning things, making them worse than they really are, right? Then they're relying on your perception of the events. And most people are kind of lazy and self-centered. And so they don't want to dig deep. They don't want to search for the truth because it's not a big deal to them, right? It's not a big deal to them to know what is truth and what is fantasy. So this I can't believe she said that to me. This, by the way, was the same person I reported to who, in order to get a promotion at that workplace, she wrote up every single member of her team. And she did that because she wanted to create the perception that she knew how to deal with discipline, like deal with disciplinary situations. So she actually defamed every member of her team in order to create the perception that she was an effective manager. And they fell for that shit hook, line, and sinker, you guys. It's kind of amazing. It's kind of amazing. But this came up for me in politics a couple of years back as well, where somebody who does some consulting for Democratic politics said, you know, you're creating this perception because people feel like you've lost weight too quickly. And, you know, women just have it harder, and we have to be much more careful about our image. And I was like, but why? That doesn't make any sense. Aren't we like in the 21st century now? Like, are we in the 21st century now? This is where it comes from. So when you hear like negative shit about people, you have to ask yourself, well, what's the bias on that? What's the bias on that? Are they saying that because they're just irritated, or they're being defensive, or they're, you know, trying to deflect? Are they trying to, why are they telling you what they're telling you? And why would they go into that level of detail? Especially when it comes to stuff like your physical appearance, when it comes to like weight loss, like body shaming, when it comes to things like your pastimes, like I like to do karaoke and stuff. I like to do a lot of live streams. I like to, you know, share in a specific way. These are criticisms about doing things. First of all, there's live streamers all over the place, all over YouTube, all over Facebook, all over Twitter. There are people who do live streams all the time. So why would you come down harder on me for doing a live stream than you would on, say, All American Socialist, Michael Richards? He live streams several times a day. Andrea, who goes by Cyber Demon. Why would you come down on me harder than Andrea? You know, like we all do our live streams. We all do our thing. We share political information with you. Why would you come down harder on me for doing karaoke than, say, my volunteer who was doing a lot of mariachi when he entered into the pandemic? Why would you come down harder on me for doing karaoke than you would, say, my several band friends who started like live streaming from their houses and like just picking up a guitar and going? Why is it worse for me than it is for somebody else, right? So this is where misogyny comes into play, and spin. And this is why the idea that anybody in any corporate environment or political environment would tell you that it's about the perception. It's the perception and what you're creating as a perception. No, it's not. It's about truth. It's about what is the truth. And if people are just trying to make it out like, I just find her irritating and I don't like her personality, that's bullshit. That is not a good reason to discriminate anyway. Anyway, Paula Jean inspired this. You go, girl.